الإمام البخاري ومسلم عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. So there is hadith is found in the collection of both Imam al-Bukhari and Muslim where Abu Hurairah narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever does qiyam, we'll talk about what qiyam means, in Ramadan, out of sincerity of faith and anticipation of reward, then their sins will be forgiven, their sins will be pardoned. So here the word qiyam, you can understand it in a general term, but Imam al-Nawawi did specify, and he says here qiyam means tarawih specifically because it is the act of worship of tarawih, congregation prayer together, is done in Ramadan. So whoever does does qiyam in Ramadan out of sincerity of faith and anticipation of reward. So here we have three things. We have an outward act, which is to come and do qiyam and pray in congregation, tarawih. And then there's two internal components, two internal acts of the heart, which is sincerity for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to do it for Allah and not for fame or for money or for people to say this and that. And then there is the anticipation of the reward, that we're doing it because we know the virtues of Ramadan and we believe in the reports that have came to us from the Prophet ﷺ. So when the hadith and the Quran talk about the greatness and the virtues of Ramadan, we truly believe that this month is blessed, we truly believe that this month is virtuous, and that the deeds are multiplied, and so we are anticipating the reward during this month, and we're not just thinking, oh, okay, whatever, I'll just come pray, and yeah, of course, reward, it's just exaggerated. No, it's not exaggerated. It is true. We truly believe that in the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has offered so much bounties and the rewards are not exaggerated, they are multiplied many folds that we cannot even imagine. So if these two conditions are there, and then the qiyam part, which is to come and do the outwardly action of praying in congregation, all of them are done, then the good news is for all believers is that their sins will be forgiven, their past sins, the ones that they haven't paid attention to, maybe the bad word they said to someone, or the harmful act they did to someone else, or maybe they were rude one time and they didn't even notice it. So all these sinful acts that we do without noticing, or we don't pay attention to, or we don't think that it's a big deal. No, it is a big deal. And in Ramadan is the time where all these sins, we seek the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we do any acts of good deeds that will wipe off these sins so that they don't burden us going forward after Ramadan. We hope that you start a new white page with in terms of your records with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I hope that we take this hadith to heart and we apply it, and Ramadan is just in 2 weeks or less, inshallah. اللهم بلغنا رمضان. يروي الإمام البخاري ومسلم في صحيحيهما عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.